just finalized the occupational safety guard training, and let's see, do we have a guys joining here for us? Idea is that I'll gather a couple of things related to job seeking in Finland, show a bit what's there available for you, and then of course answer the questions if you have them. And I can see that the first one is already online. Welcome here. And I'll also open a chat and send you a message there. Just a second. I'll need to find where there is a chat pattern from the streaming software, and I just barely made it here. Or it was a 1 minute late because uh, my computer lost the camera. It couldn't open it on a Riverside studio. So little restart, and here we are again. So I'll write in a chat a hi, and then we are good to go. And I'll also check that we have a couple of guys online, and then I can show you what we have here for you. There, adjusting the screen. And here we are. Who do we have online? Throw a message in a chat, and if you have any questions, I'm really happy to share. And what we are going to talk today, I meant it very briefly during the training session that I mentioned there. I have also a background in recruiting. I have been working for one recruiting company a long time ago, and then I moved to cooperate with a couple of smaller ones. And I have a background information for you. I can show that why sending CVs doesn't work out and what you can actually do to bypass so-called digital barrier. So that's what we can go through today. But throw a message in the chat, then I can see who we have here online with us. And today will be really interesting information for you. What else I need to open? I need to open a software called Obsidian. I have scribbled a bit instructions there for you. It makes life easier, especially the explaining is way easier. And then I have a drawings, just a second. There I have a right one. And this one I'm going to show quite soon. Let's see, Manuela is here. Hey, Manuela is asking, what kind of CV is mostly accepted in Finland? Uh, have you heard before system called ATS? How does that work? Because almost any CV, not almost, I can say every CV in Finland will work, which is machine readable. There's a system called ATS, Applicant Tracking System. And how does it work? I actually show you. Then I will tell you what kind of what kind of CV will work here. But I can straight away say that CV from Canva and Europass, they don't work. They don't do well. Let me share a screen with you. Here comes a screen share. I'll pick a right screen. Let's see, I need a application, and here's an application, and then I take a layout like this. Now we can see it. So I'll show you how system works, especially with bigger companies, and then I can tell you about the CV, why it feels that nothing works. Because very often people get stuck in a point that they fine tune their CV. They think that there's something wrong in the way they wrote things or arranged things. But thing is that whatever changes you do, if it doesn't pass ATS checking, it does never land on anybody's table. So I'll very quickly explain the situation and how it works. Here, company has a work available. They need a worker. They create a job application, it goes to job portal, we will get the message from the job portal that hey, here's something available, and we will send them CV and cover letter. We would think that that cover letter and CV would land on a company's table, but that's not the case. Most likely, your paperwork will never reach a real person. It will land on a digital barrier called applicant tracking system. And that's what our recruiting company used, and I think almost every one of them I can name. Maybe the really small ones don't use it, but when the volume grows, they have to use it. So what does the ATS system do? It actually reads your paperwork. It tries to put together profile, work experience, skills, education, some other features, and then that package of information is compared to a job description companies looking or the job description they created. And how good match it is, it will give it points. Usually the points are from 0 to 100. And then it's up to company to pick a level which will pass that digital barrier. And very often people talks about 75%. That one was also a case in our company. So 75% match with your paperwork and the job description. Then it goes to HR if they have, and eventually lands on a company's desk. And then they will sort that, hey, who will actually get the work? If it's less than 75%, then you will get automated email that, hey, thank you, but no thank you this time. And it feels very generic email. And if you go back to online portal, you will see that the place is most likely still open. But they gave you a picture that, hey, we already handled this thing. And that email comes to your inbox quite fast. So that's basically how ATS system works. And Manjula is asking, is there any forklift course in English? There are many. There are, I actually have on a Discord, there should be a pinned link. I'll actually provide Discord link. Would you like to join us? It's a networking uh, kind of a forum. It's a separate app. You can also use your browser. There, all the talks and announcements are gathered in one place. Around 40 something people networking, and it's a small community growing. It's fun place to talk, and there you can ask anything job related and how to find work. But I'll get you that link. No worries. You can hit me a WhatsApp message and I will get it. But hey, that was a quick question and we jumped straight away to a topic. Let me show you the job market and then I can show you what else is available. Uh, First of all, now we have done the occupational safety card training and straight away we get the access to high risk work environment. That's why we got the card that we can start applying. But here's a good picture about the current situation, just to give you a perspective what to expect. That when you see application online, it's just the tip of the iceberg. Only around 10% of applications are published for everybody to see. Why only 10%? Because when we think about the process, that how companies get workers, first they will check that do they know anybody who would be suitable candidate. Then they will use their own network to find people. Then many companies collect o- open applications through their website. And if nothing matches from those categories, then they will publish open position. And worst part is that 90% of people are applying to those same workplaces. Just to get a good picture of the competition, a couple of years ago, McDonald's opened a couple of positions in Vantaa, over 800 applications straight away. And then this spring, there was a summer job in Porvoo restaurant. They wanted the summer workers. They were smashed with over 4,000 applications. That's insane. So companies tries to avoid to publish jobs openly because it creates insane work for them to go through. That's why it's important that we actually find work on this category, the invisible part under the sea, if we have that iceberg comparison. But should we forget the job portals? We shouldn't. We should automate it. Practically, we sign in a job portal, we create an account, profile, and then all suitable job will land in our inbox. And then it's easy to apply and fast. So it's your lead generator. Manjula had about networking. Yes, that Discord is for networking and collecting like-minded people together. It's mostly English-speaking guys. Uh, some of them has a business here in Finland. Someone just came, and it grows every week a bit. So it's a really good place to network. And there you can actually ask, hey, if I know some courses or some places to take, so I can give you tips. Some guys even have got a work through there, so it doesn't hurt, and it's free. So conclusion: job portals, something we want to automate. Least effort because it has the smallest return on investment when it comes to time. Here's then another one. Have you heard about staff leasing? Is this something you're familiar with? That what is a staff leasing company? Shout in the chat if you know about staff leasing, then I will stop. But basically, staff leasing company is a company who has their own clients, and their clients orders workers through staff leasing company. So basically, their client will say that, hey, we need a couple of guys for kitchen work, and then staff leasing company provides those kitchen workers for their client. And then you are under that company's supervision, guidance. Only thing that the staff leasing company is paying your salary. I can say that at this current state, a couple of years ago, when I did a full-time job in a staffing company for a while, we had problems to fulfill all the places that we really needed the workers, but it was hard to get. Now the situation is completely different. That there's more people who would like to come to work for a staff leasing company than there are clients for staff leasing companies. But still, we shouldn't abandon that lead because again, it's something what works as a passive tool for us. Basically, the trouble we need to see is fill their online form, give them CV, tell about ourselves, and then they will put you in their system. That's fully done online. But how to make most out of that source? That sending a papers doesn't work completely, because what I noticed those half of a year in a staffing company was that when people applied, it came automatically in a system, all was on the place, people's details were there, but then they got buried under because all the time there was new people coming, and then the work went to guys who were actually active. So basically it means that when you sign up to staffing company, send paperwork, contact them in a week. Hey, did you get it? Can I come and introduce myself? And then keep that connection alive, like once a month. Don't send too many emails. It will start to irritate. But once a month, you can ask that, hey, how is your life? How does it look like? Do you have anything interesting happening? And that's how your face and name will stay stay in their memory. And that's a crucial part. Otherwise, the staffing company connection will die completely. So, what was the point to automate passive things? They work while we do something else. And here is something where we can do legwork. Have you heard about directories like finder.fi? It's an online page where you can look for companies by area and by field. Have you heard? Again, stop me if it's something you have seen. To save time, I'm just plopping here and going forward. That we don't have those wasted moments. I have a time till 15:45. After that, happy to continue in Discord. I'm opening a site here. I'm changing a screen share. Just a second. Here it comes. There, the right tab, and here we are again. Let's make life easier. Translate this page in English so we all can read it. There it is. Magic happened. It's in English. It also modified a bit company names, so let's not that bother us. Hey, Finder.fi is a really good site. Why I use it? Because there I can find companies by the field. Plus, I see their economical state. I can make a decision if this is a company I want to apply for. That's important again, not to waste your time and resources. So let's assume we live in, let's say, Vantaa, and we want to look for cleaning company. We want the cleaning works. Bad thing here is that you need to use Finnish terms. It has to be industrial standard, something they use in official records. There, your best friend is AI. You can give a prompt that, hey, I'm looking for a work from the company finder. I need to find companies in this field. Give me right term in Finnish. And I can guarantee it will give you a list of terms which will work really well. And again, if you want doesn't work in a Discord, you can always ask. So Vanta, let's adjust his CVOs, which would mean a cleaning. There's different kind of CVOs, but this is just for example. And here it is. You can say Vanta, it translated it to cleaning. It lists us 165 companies. And here's the beauty of this site. Name of the company on this site, and then same time their turnover. 10 to 10 to 20 million, 200 to 500 people is their size. So this is actually something we could apply because it's a big company, a lot of workers, and statistically 20%, 20 to 30, 20 to 30% of workers changes every year in companies, depending on the field, of course. But my point is that they are changing all the time. So when the change happens, there are opportunities. So we shouldn't lose a hope. So what do we next? We just click it open and see what we find. We can find all the crucial information. We can see the industry here. We can see email address, where is it located, and their website. And then we scroll a bit down, and here we can see turnover. It's raising every year. Now it's 12.3 millions. So money is flowing. But when the money is flowing, it doesn't mean that they are profitable. That's why we have a next part here. Results for the financial year in 1,000 euros. And here we can see they're steadily making from 200 to 300,000 euros, which means that, hey, this is a potential place to apply. They are doing fine. If all these numbers would uh, point downwards, it would mean that, hey, maybe this company is not a good bet. Maybe they just lost a big client. It doesn't have a big meaning, but it helps you to decide where to apply and where to put your effort. So we have an email address here. Should we send a message straight away there? Of course, no. And that's why many people doesn't do this step because it requires legwork. It requires effort from you. And that's why here the competition is less. That's the beauty of the system. So what do we do next? Of course, we will go and visit their website. Let's go see what can we find. This one was randomly pulled area and field, so I have no idea what to expect. But check straight away. We have open vacancies, something we were looking for. And best part is that company is Finnish, pages in Finnish, but the job, the link for the jobs is in English. And now you can see my point from the very beginning of this live that I said that 10% of the jobs are published publicly in a job portal or similar page because companies are trying to collect data from the good candidates in advance they need it. Then they have a database of workers they can contact. And it's less trouble, it's easy to manage, and you never get that huge rush of hundreds of applications when you open your mouth online and say that, hey, I have work available. So we go, we click it, and then they will instruct what do we do. You scroll down, opens application form, and then just fill it. In my browser, it opened to different tab. Wow, I can change it here easily. That was something new. Exactly like in a Google Meet. And then you just attach your files and things here. And did you see a magic term? Open application. In Finnish, that's avoin hakemus. And let's see. Soon you will see my Google search term. Here. I used it here because companies who are looking people through open applications, they have a website, which means they are in a Google's database. And Google search will work exactly like that finders we just went through search, except this will look from the websites. You can put terms like you will want, like we can add CVOs here and check what happens. You start to straight away get links to open applications you can fill, which means that this will put you in front of the guys who are waiting for the published open job in a job portal. Yeah, that gives us a check how many options. You can spend a week filling these. And then what next? Now we have filled application. What do we do next? Should we just keep filling and going on? What I actually did, because I have been in a position, I needed the work, I needed money, I had a family to feed. Work was really, some point, really tough to get. So I have been in a bad spot. Uh, Always keep Excel list, Google Sheet. It doesn't matter how do you handle your data, but keep a track. Where do you apply? How did you apply? And then how do you contact them in future? For example, when you have sent an open application, give it a week, around a week, and then you can contact that company that, hey, just making sure that you got my open application, that if you want, I could come and show myself in person. You will get a good idea what kind of person I am. Open that connection again, talk with them. That's also a big part of networking. And then they will get a face for your name in the system. And in a good luck, you will get an interview. You can say that I come for very shortly drop by just to show myself and don't take much from your time. Because people who apply through open application, it doesn't mean that they are given jobs in order. The one who makes them visible will get the place. But again, we have to do it the way that we don't bother the company itself. But yeah, that was about the Finder and open application. And let's go back to Obsidian and then there's a one more thing I want to show you. I think I will go just a bit over the 45-minute mark. But hey, it has been a good day. I can stretch it a bit, but if my kid comes to home, then I have to stop and go there. Then this live will stop very quickly. But hey, we went through we went through job portals, staff leasing, things to automate. We just handled directories. Then there's a one if you have heard about billing services. Basically, when you go through companies in directories, you will get a lot of no answers. It doesn't mean that it's definite no. It just means that maybe we don't hire people on a payroll at the moment because again, a lot of liabilities, responsibilities, and it's a financial risk for a company. But is there a way we can take that financial risk away from them? That they don't need to be worried that if they run short of the clients, work disappears, or some problems comes. Then when we get that no answer from the companies, we can of course come back to them and say that, hey, sorry to hear that you're not hiring at this moment, but if you have anything available, even for a short term, that I can use billing service to bill you from my work. Practically, billing service means that you you operate like you would be a company, but company responsibilities are on a billing service. Practically, you have a client, you go to do work there, and then when it's time to bill, you create that bill through billing service. And billing service will send it to your client, client pays to billing service, and billing service will straight away take all the taxes away from the money and pay them to right places. And then they will pay money in your bank account as a salary. And what does it cost for you? Good rate is between 2% to 3%. If you're a hardcore billing service user, you're a good client for them, you can get it around 1%. But it requires a couple of years and a lot of turnover. There are, of course, billing services which will take 7 8%, but that's way too high. The good billing service, they all provide same level service. Practically, when they get the money, they will pay it to you straight away, usually the same day. That's the rule, that they can't keep it. And they are almost fully automated, so it's really easy to use. I use a lot of them. Do you have to make an agreement with them? No, you don't have to. It's enough that you sign up in their service, you fill all the needed details, including about your taxing, and then you are in their system and you use them the moments you need it. There is no monthly fees attached. If there is, then find another one. It's totally unnecessary. And while we are doing those two, this one was in a chat also mentioned. This is how you build your best network in Finland. Absolutely best. And it comes naturally. There's a one nice Irish guy in a Discord. He came to Finland. He found out it really hard to find a job here. That it wasn't an easy task, and they were a bit short-term jobs. And then he got enough. he started to work for people through billing service, contacted companies that, hey, can I work for you, but I can bill for my work. That's how he started. Companies were very happy to cooperate with that person. That also shows that, hey, you can manage yourself, you have a good attitude. And he found out that it was way easier to make a living that way. And now he already has his own business ID, and he's doing really well and is really busy here in Finland. And what's the best part? And what we have to remember can be best part, can be also the worst part, depending on your nature and attitude. If you use billing service, of course, you will lose unemployment days if you have uh, sick holidays, occupational health care, all the perks employees has. But that one comes with higher salary. So you should take that money and put it aside. Basically, what would I say roughly? I can use the formula we used in a staffing company that when we rented the person out, uh, we had a salary for that guy. Then we used a multiplier of 1.9 or 1.95, depending on the case. And that's what we built from our client. Basically, what it means, if you have a work, you would get 14 euros an hour if you would work for somebody. Then all the taxes, all the things away, you get way less in hand. But if you use billing service, you double that sum. You would get 28 to 30 euros an hour for that same job. And companies are usually very happy to pay for that because if they would hire somebody else, the sum they would need to pay, the multiplier would be depending on the field from 1.6 to 1.75. So don't undersell your services. Of course, you can offer that, hey, for a week, I can come with a lower rate. You can see what kind of person I am. And if we sync together well, I'll keep working with you, but my hour price will be this and this next time. To make this easier, using billing services and having a business ID, we have actually a lot of different portals where people are offering work and then you can offer your services. But today we don't have time for that. If there's interest, I can show them, tell how they work and how much it cost to use them. But here, that's the Finnish job market and what you can do to make your life easier. And hey, here's a bit more because we were together in an occupational safety course. It was arranged by Trainify. I'm a trainer for them, and then same time, I I have a safety related studies. I want to upgrade my certificates in a European level, and I'll show you one site. This is my own website. I'll take a where is it? There. Okay, a bit generic picture. Don't pay attention. I'm updating them while we go. But basically, uh, for example, I run courses, and courses which are in a course catalog, they are free. And if you have a friends who need them, they can take them. And I create these to get the teaching experience and credits towards my certificates I hopefully get in future. So this benefits for me. Now I have a free hygiene passport training material. It's very easy to click, just go and enroll. It will ask a bit information from you, but just fill it and go. No pay attached to this. And it has a training material and quiz and all the questions you need to practice for the course. Did it have 38? Check. It took me 2 weeks to create this. And then Next one, what is coming there is actually, I'm gonna move this page because a lot of people asked how to find work in Finland and how the things work. So next course will be updated weekly, will be there uh, to walk people through how to find work here and how to make your life easier. I'll try to explain everything in a form of course what I have been talking guys over the years. And if you want to know something, just hit me a message in a Discord. Maybe I should provide you a link. It's a it's an invite only, so it's not it's not open place. Of course, who has my WhatsApp number can always send me a message, but I need to warn that my WhatsApp gets very busy here and there. I lose a lot of messages. And then another good way is also to contact by email. But in a Discord, I can have lives, I can have a voice channel, I can talk with you. It's something that works really really easily. So in the chat is a Discord link. If that's something you want to join, you have a free access, you have been invited, or you can send emails or however you want to contact. But main thing is that everything what we go through here is free. Only thing what I need is that I get the teaching hours, I get ideas to create courses, and that's how I built my portfolio. So if you have friends who needs a hygiene passport training or something else, you can forward my links. That's all what you what you have to do if you wanna, not obligatory. Hey, I can see we have a four guys in a live stream. We have a Manuela, but who else we have? Hit the message in the chat. Let's see, because we have to finish. My kids will be definitely home in any minute. Actually, the son is already, but younger daughter is coming soon. But hey, time to finish for the day, and hopefully I hear more from you in future. Okay, thank you and bye. It was again a nice day.